Hi everyone, today I would like to talk about the year of 2024 for the company Alphabet, which is Google. Um, First of all, the hyperspace in the previous position. So before this year, there were some kind of secrets going on within the company. Um, there were things that are not very clear, um, and they probably try to hide some kind of major things uh, that we as the customers we might need to know, but they didn't disclose it probably because um, for whatever reasons. The High Priestess card can also mean um, wisdom, guidance. Could that be someone uh, who is a female figure and has a lot of influence in this company? That could be true. So somehow the High Priestess energy, they sort of maintain that energy successfully. Um, because the current position is represented by the Nine of Pentacles. So they do have the monetary gains and financial gains for what they have been doing. Um, Knight of Pentacles crossing Nine of Pentacles, meaning that their gains are actually being stifled by a slow progress. In general, I would say they have to deal with the issue of speed, like how they respond to situations quickly enough. But in this case, because I've just made a video about Microsoft has the Knight of Pentacles in their spread too. So can that be uh, Alphabet wanting to make more gains on a monetary level, but it is being hindered by the prominence of Microsoft? It is possible. It is possible. In this case, I think the old establishment is still very prominent and can actually hinder the motivation and the plans that Alphabet has on their hands that they want to make more money from. So definitely they want to do more about gaining more revenue, but the system itself it takes time to adjust to their new standard because as far as we know, many things they are still running on the Microsoft's platform, and if all of a sudden they wanted to change to Android or maybe change to Google, it's Google is very prominent, but um, on a structural level, you know, they're still not there yet. So the Knight of Pentacles means the old establishment and the things that have been very reliable, structurally reliable, that can actually prevent Alphabet to advance in actually making more money. The Moon card above the spread, it means something about subconscious, um, something that is ever changing based on the moon phases, like the new moon, full moon, eclipses. Um, so for the moon card to happen in a yearly overview, it can mean that the company itself, it does not have a very clear, um, some things that they're doing, they don't have a very clear idea about what they are actually doing, or they're actually doing it with trusting their guts feeling and being intuitive about it, but without knowing entirely what they are actually working on. And they tend to change the plans, because the moon card is about the moon phases, and they change. It's not permanent. Like the tides, they go up and down, just like the sea level. Um, the moon can also be related to our subconscious, so I think they will invest more into the AI arena this year, and it will be increasing more, because I believe that the high priestess energy before it has already paved the way for the company to actually more actively involved in AI technology. But it has to be very uh, cautious about doing it, because the moon card represents things that are unknown. So I feel like the Alphabet, the company, they actually, um, I think some of the people who work in the company, they actually have access to some kind of sacred knowledge, um, and they probably have received some kind of knowledge in some ways that are kind of unconventional, and I just feel like it's kind of out there. It's not something that we would expect. It's kind of hard to explain. So probably because of that reason, um, they probably not gonna let us know what actually happened. Um, but they definitely know something that is, we don't know what that is yet, and they are trying to actually, um, to implement something, to develop something that will align with what they have learned from some secret knowledge. Um, I don't know if they're actually receiving some kind of knowledge from outer space. Can it be possible? Because I have a sense that they deal with knowledge that are um, beyond our knowledge. This energy is kind of interesting, because when I did the Microsoft reading and the reading for Apple, I don't feel this energy. I don't feel this energy, but for alphabets, I feel this energy. I don't know how to fully explain it, but I feel like it's something that we ordinary people uh, will feel difficult to get a grip on, um, and that we have to be careful about it, because it's not something, that we generally have knowledge about. And even alphabet itself, I think they are trying things out, but that doesn't mean they have a good grip on things. They have some kind of knowledge that are very sensitive and can manifest into something very tremendous, but however, they might lack the speed they need to contain it. That's how I'm gonna put it. Um, the tower at the bottom of the spread, we do have to pay attention to it because it is about disruption. Um, it is about something being unpredictable. So, although I just mentioned about secret knowledge that we're not aware of, I can also think about cyber attack that might actually be prominent this year, and that can actually cause some kind of disruption somehow. Um, and then five of swords at the future position, you can see three people, and in this case, um, I can easily imagine that this is about Alphabet, Apple, and Microsoft. And for some reason, there are things that I feel like nobody's gonna win. But Alphabet, they might, you know, take a stand uh, on something like there will be someone, something that will act like they have won the game of some sort, but actually is a loss for a loss for everyone involved. So usually it means a defeat. Um, I'm not sure whether it will show up as a defeat, but it is actually a defeat because the Five of Swords energy, it is about isolation. Um, Someone is not being compromising and cooperative with the others. So there will be something that Alphabet has to deal with this year, that they have to try not to lose the alliances that they need or they have been cultivating throughout the years. Um, it's possible that their speed to respond of a crisis is being challenged and scrutinized. So that's why people no longer feel like loyal to this company. So the sun card at the bottom, it means gaining clarity. Um, when we have the sun card and the moon card at the same spread, I see it as very special. And at the same time, even though the secrecy that I strongly feel from this spread, there is the sun. So that when the sun comes out, it means the clarity is on the horizon. It's gonna be revealed. And Five of Pentacles after the Sun card, meaning that um, there will be realization about the lack of probably security feature about the system or about something that Alphabet has been doing. It just does not have enough for some reason because Five of Pentacles, it means not making the profits, not having enough money, or something that actually leads to poverty. A clarity will come, and the clarity will be about a situation that is related to some form of lack. I feel like it's about lacking in the security feature, something like that, and lacking the ability to actually combat with the unpredictable events. So that's why people will have some kind of crisis of confidence for Alphabet this year somehow. Six of Cups after that means um, sometimes it means assistance, it means help, giving assistance. Um, I feel like maybe they will be trying to more be more giving to the people who need the service. Uh, they might even consider more freebies for some communities. Um, and then the judgment. Well, I also want to say that the Six of Cups can mean nostalgic behavior, uh, like they are focusing on the past. So this can be an issue because when they focus too much on the past while dealing with something in the future, then um, it has to be very cautious because some things in the future they are not always predictable by our past. So if they're not being flexible enough and and just simply believing that the way they are doing things will actually work in their favor, then that will be a problem. Actually, I see this as a similar issue with Microsoft. Both Microsoft and Alphabet, they will overcome some kind of problems, but both of them they sort of lack the flexibility to deal with it somehow. But if they understand the magnitude of the problems that they are dealing with and the nature of the problems, which are about being adaptable, about the speed, um, it's about change. So if they are drawn in the past, then that can be a big issue for these companies. Um, anyway, judgment at the end of this spread, it means something. I feel like it is something coming from outer space, but it can also mean a major announcement. Um, can it be related to the satellite? More technological advancement about the satellites, the communications using satellites, stations, and satellites in general. Because you can see someone is up there in the sky, um, announcing a message, and then we the people on the ground we're gonna receive it. So I feel like it's about the signals from outer space, and they will focus on utilizing the satellite system to implement into whatever services that they are providing. Um, but I feel like it's not going to be an easy year for Alphabet because uh, something will come to light, and then they will have to address the problems, and when they address it, it comes as a shock, and I think there are a lot of people who will feel like insecure about Alphabet when it comes out. So yeah, I think this is the message I have for Alphabet this year, and I appreciate your time. If you like this content, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, please leave that below. If you're interested more of these type of videos, please consider subscribing. And I appreciate your time, and I wish you all the best. Have a good day.